Welcome, everyone. Today we're entering the complex and captivating world of chess, a musical where love and war collide on a checkered battlefield. Now, ABBA's Benny and Bjorn and Tim Rice create Chess, a rock musical about Cold War rivals and a love triangle. The story involves a politically driven Cold War era chess tournament between two grandmasters, one American and the other Soviet, and their fight over a woman who manages one and falls in love with the other. Now, fun fact, although the protagonists were not intended to represent any real individuals, the character of the American Grandmaster, named Freddie Trumper in the stage version, was loosely based on American chess grandmaster Bobby Fischer, while elements of the story may have been inspired by the chess careers of Russian grandmasters Viktor Korchnoi and Anatoly Karpov. Released and staged at the height of the strong anti-communist agenda that came to be known as the Reagan Doctrine, Chess addresses and satirized the hostility of the international political atmosphere of the 1980s. Now, during the mid-1970s, Tim Rice had discussed the idea of a musical about the Cuban Missile Crisis with his usual collaborator, composer Andrew Lloyd Webber, but the idea never came to fruition. However, by the late 1970s, Rice had become inspired to tell his Cold War story through the prism of the long-standing United States-Soviet Union chess rivalry, known as the Match of the Century between American grandmasters Bobby Fischer and Russian grandmaster Boris Spassky. American producer Richard Voss suggested to Rice to work with Anderson and Ulvaeus instead, knowing that they were looking to develop and produce projects outside of ABBA. Now, being an ardent fan of the group, Rice obviously agreed. With Voss also in attendance, Rice met with the two in Stockholm for the first time in December of 1981 in order to discuss the concept, and they quickly signed on to the project. Now, all through 1982 and 1983, the three men worked on the music and lyrics. Rice would describe the mood of particular songs that he wanted, then Anderson and Ulvaeus would write and record the music and send the tapes to Rice, who would then write lyrics to fit the music and send the resulting tapes back to Anderson and Ulvaeus, and so on and so forth. Now, in order to produce the show in the West End and to see how the material would fare with the public, it was ultimately decided to release the music as a concept album before any stage productions were undertaken. The concept album, as it was called, was released in the fall of 1984 by RCA Records. Now, the music on the album was described by New York Times as a sumptuously recorded, grandiose pâté that touches half a dozen bases, from Gilbert and Sullivan to the late Rodgers and Hammerstein, from Italian opera to trendy synthesizer-based pop, all of it lavishly arranged for the London Symphony Orchestra with splashy electronic embellishments. In 1985, music videos were filmed for the songs One Night in Bangkok, Nobody's Side, The Arbiter, and the ballads I Know Him So Well and Pity the Child, featuring the performers from the album. These were released together in a VHS video entitled Chess Moves. Fun fact number 2, the album became a top hit in the UK, West Germany, and South Africa, reaching number 47 on the US Billboard 200, number 39 in France, number 35 in Australia, and for 7 weeks remained at number 1 on the Swedish album chart, due in no small part to the composer's Swedish heritage. Now, the Golden Oyster, known as Chess, opened at the West End's Prince Edward Theatre in May of 1986. The original production was originally set to be directed by Michael Bennett, but after casting the show and commissioning the expansive set and costume designs, he withdrew from the project due to health reasons and unfortunately would die on July 2nd of 1987 from AIDS-related lymphoma. Now, the set included 3 video walls, the main of which featured commentary from chess master William Harston and appearances from various BBC News readers, rounding out the package, totaling more than $12 million. The cast at the time starred singer and actress Elaine Page, Swedish singer, actor, and musician Tommy Korberg, singer and songwriter Murray Head, actor and singer Anthony Head, British actor David Burt, and Welsh singer Peter Carey. After the West End production, the creative team decided to basically reimagine the show from top to bottom, leading to a second major stage version of the musical intended for American audiences, this time with considerable differences from the British version in both the plot and the music. Now, the story changed drastically, with different settings, characters, and many different plot elements, although the basic plot of the show remained the same. The score was reordered, and comparisons of the Broadway cast recording and the original concept album reveal the dramatic extent of the changes. A brand new set was redesigned, featuring mobile towers that shifted continuously throughout the show in an attempt to give it a sense of cinematic fluidity. The production would officially open in April of 1988, coming in at 3 hours and 15 minutes long. The cast starred David Carroll, four-time Tony nominee Judy Kuhn, musical theater and voice actor Harry Goss, and Broadway and television actor Philip Kasnoff. Now, despite a healthy box office run, the Broadway production did not manage to sustain a consistently large audience and closed after 68 performances. The New York Times wrote that the evening has the theatrical consistency of quicksand and described it as a suite of temper tantrums where the characters basically yell at one another to rock music. Now, a 1990 production in Sydney, Australia, was both a critical and popular success at the Theatre Royal. It starred Jody Giles, David McLeod, and Robbie Kropsky. The action was shifted to an international hotel in Bangkok during the chess championships, with both acts taking place at a single chess match in Bangkok in the late 1980s. Now, in 1992, the Paper Mill Playhouse opened a production starring stage actor and singer Steve Blanchard, Judy McLean, Keith Rice, and film, stage, and television actor David Cryer. An Actors Fund of America benefit concert was given in 2003 inside the newly restored Amsterdam Theater on Broadway. The show was a combination of both the American and British versions, mostly following the British version with regard to music, but the American version with regard to the plot. The cast starred Tony nominee Adam Pascal, actress and singer Julia Murney, multi-platinum singer and songwriter Josh Groban, actor and baritone singer Norm Lewis, Broadway actor Jonathan Dokachitz, four-time Tony nominee Raul Esparza, and two-time Tony Award winner Sutton Foster. A concert version was presented in 2007 at the Ford Amphitheater in Los Angeles, California, mixing both the British and American versions. This cast included Beauty and the Beast's original Belle on Broadway's Susan Egan, actor and singer Kevin Early, the lead singer of the Los Angeles soul rock band Vintage Trouble, Ty Taylor, American video game and animation voice actress Cindy Robinson, and former Glee star Matthew Morrison. Now, a portion of the proceeds from the performance went to Broadway Cares Equity Fights AIDS. In 2008, Heartaches and Warner Brothers Records produced a two-performance concert version of Chess in concert with the City of London Philharmonic Orchestra. This version included almost no dialogue, but otherwise substantially followed the British version in both plot and music. The cast would welcome back both Adam Pascal and Josh Groban, reprising their roles from the 2003 benefit concert, and welcoming the Queen of Broadway herself, Miss Idina Menzel, English actor and singer Carrie Ellis, Scottish pop singer Marty Pellow, three-time Olivier Award winner David Badella, and American-British actor, writer, and director Clark Peters. In 2012, a one-night concert was given at Lincoln Center to benefit the Actors Fund of America. This cast included Robert Caccioli, Natasha Diaz, actor, singer, and songwriter Drew Sarek, and Tamara Hayden. This version returned to the original concept album for its musical structure, Tim Rice's original scenario, and incorporated virtually all of the British score. In April of 2018, a limited run revival would open at the West End's London Coliseum, becoming the first revival of the production in 30 years. The cast starred Olivier Award winner Michael Ball, Philip Brown, singer and songwriter Alexandra Burke, Cedric Neal, Canadian-born British singer of the pop rock band Mike and the Mechanics, Tom Howard, and Olivier Award winner Cassidy Jansen. In August of 2022, a two-day concert based mostly on the London version was held at the Theatre Royal, starring Pretty Woman on Broadway's leading lady, Samantha Barks, the Pirate Queen's original Tiernan, Hadley Fraser, Scottish actress Frances McCann, British-American actor and filmmaker Aiko Mitchell, and Craig Ells. In December of 2022, a one-night benefit concert for the Entertainment Community Fund played at the Broadhurst Theatre, starring Raman Karimloo, actor, singer, and songwriter Darren Criss, Tony Award winner Lena Hall, and Zimbabwe-born American actress and singer Saleha Pfeiffer. This script used was a slightly revised version, mostly expanding on Freddie and Anatoly. Anatoly's dissatisfaction with life in the Soviet Union was heightened in contemplating suicide, and increased suspicion of Svetlana, and Freddie's schizophrenia was changed to undiagnosed bipolar disorder. In July of 2023, the Muni Opera Theatre in St. Louis staged Chess as part of their 105th season, featuring singer and actress Jessica Vosk, actor and singer Jared Spector, John Riddle, Tony nominee Taylor Louderman, and actor, playwright, and screenwriter Rodney Hicks. This production stuck mostly to the plot of the original London version, but moved several songs around and added some new dialogue scenes. Now, fun fact number 3, this production was entirely sponsored by not only the St. Louis Chess Club, but also the World Chess Hall of Fame. Gang, this is Center Stage reminding you that nobody's on nobody's side, and the choices we make in life can have significant consequences, both on and off the board.